And welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm going to be riding the King Bull Hunter 2.0. As you see it right there, it is a class 2/class 3 e-bike. And what I want to talk about on this video is, as we head out for a ride, let's talk about the massive reaction that I recently to a video I recently posted, which was the with regard to the California license plate laws for e-bikes, and the reaction was phenomenal. The video got several thousand views, and so I wanted to do a follow-up on that. And what I want to talk about is the situation with the plate, and clearly several people are worried about this, lots of people. And so first, these new laws like registration and throttle purge feel like they're trying to turn e-bikes into motorcycles. Does that ruin the fun for you? So my question to you is, would you pay a DMV fee to keep your throttle, and would you rather follow the rules and lose the throttle? So let me know your comments in the comments below on that. Would you give up your throttle and just abide by the rules put forth, or would you pay a fee and basically have your e-bike become a motorcycle in order to use the throttle? So let's go for a ride and talk a little bit about this. I mean, basically, to me, they're really ruining the fun of e-bikes. Honestly, they are. It's going to get to the point where you're not going to see so many e-bikes on the road because people aren't going to go through all of this just to ride an electric bike. I mean, we're used to, ever since we were kids, riding and enjoying our ride and not having to worry about paying fees for this or for that. So I guess what they're trying to do is collect money if you're going to ride an e-bike, which is a bike with a motor, or force you to have an e-bike, or a bike, I should say, without a motor, which would be just a traditional bike. But that ruins it for a lot of people, because a lot of people rely on the motor for assistance. And those who complain and call e-bikers such as myself cheaters, who cares? Like, you ride your bike the way you want to ride, and if we need assistance with the motor, then that's fine. You know, let us have our motor. And I think the problem too with all of this is they, in my opinion, waited too long to start implementing these laws. If they were really going to want to do something about this, it should have been done years ago, when bikes were just becoming, the e-bikes that is, a thing. Not waiting until now and then decide, oh, okay, we're gonna make them pay, you know. I mean, I miss the days of just getting on a bike and not have to worry about that and just enjoy the ride, you know. Like I said before, and I'm gonna say this again, just crack down on the ones that are, you know, causing the issues, riding recklessly, speeding, weaving in and out of traffic and wheelies, and trying to make your bike go as fast as it can possibly go. We don't need all that. I've seen, and you've probably seen it too, countless videos online of bikes that go in excess of 70 miles an hour. We don't really need that. Where are you going to ride a bike that goes over 70 miles an hour, honestly? Even on a highway, on a, you know, a major highway, not a freeway, but a highway, you don't go that fast. There's no need for that kind of speed, you know, on a bike, I don't think. You know, in saying all this, I do have a bike myself that goes 50. I did not modify it. It came that way. It came as a class 2 actually, but it can go 45 plus miles an hour. And now I knew that when I got it, that it goes that fast. But I do not ride that bike. You'll see videos on here occasionally of me riding it, but I go way, way slower. Like I go whatever I'm allowed to go is the speed I go. And you're gonna say, well, why do you have that bike then if you're only gonna ride that fast? Well, I have that bike and I've had it for a few years now, because it was more in Oregon than since I moved here to Tennessee, but I would be out riding on country roads where there's no bike lanes, obviously. It's just, you know, one lane of traffic each direction, and speed limits were like 45 miles an hour or whatever. Well, if you need to keep up with traffic, you could do it. And this is before now they're starting to do the crackdown thing. So, but do I plan on selling that bike? Absolutely not. Well, I do not plan on selling that bike. I love that bike. It's my favorite bike, actually. Anyway, it all comes down to this, in my opinion. It's up to the rider to control the bike, not the bike controlling the rider. And just because the bike is capable of going a certain speed, because basically to me, the whole thing, the whole problem here is they're worried about speed. Yeah, they say the power of the motor and all that, but let's face it, it's the speed that they're worried about. And they're worried about the big motor is going to give you X amount of speed. Yeah, a big motor can give you speed, but it's also for power, to get up hills, etc., carrying a large cargo load. And let's let this guy go. And so I don't really like the situation right now with just cracking down. I mean, let's just leave it to the speed limit. If you want to keep it at class 3 28, then leave it at 28. But I don't think any of the lawmakers know what they're doing, to be honest. One state wants this and one state wants that. You know, they're all different. They all have their own ideas and they all think they have the right, correct answers. But what if you just, especially riding just in the city, and the speed limits are only 25 anyway, why not just ride 25? And leave it up to the rider to go the speed that you can legally go. If they don't, then okay, then that's a problem. Honestly, when I'm out here riding, I never see that. The worst problems I see, and tell me if you're any different in the comments from where you are, but the problems I see aren't on the road. Around me anyway, I don't see anybody causing problems on the road. Where I see the issues are on trails. And it's not necessarily the e-bikes that I see an issue with. I think people just get scared of an e-bike, especially one like I'm riding now that has fat tires. It just looks monstrous, right? Because it has the big tires. It's huge and it looks, you know, it looks like a beast and it scares people. If this thing had, narrower tires, like a cruiser bike or something, 2.6 inch tires or whatever, nobody would probably have an issue. It's just because it has fat tires, that big headlight. But that's not the real problem to me on the trails. The real problem is traditional cyclists. And what they do is they'll just cruise along at probably at least 20 miles an hour or more, because there's been so many times that I've been on a trail and you get passed like you're standing still by a cyclist, and they just basically blow right by you. But that's okay. I never hear anybody question them, ever. Sometimes there's one rider, but sometimes there's groups and they just, all of them, just wing, 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 right on by you. But that's okay. It's the e-bike they're worried about. And I think really it's the fat tire bikes. I think they're just, they just look at them and say, well, look at that beast. Like, take a look at this bike from the front. See that? See the wide tire is 4 inch. You can see right there, 26x4. That's what scares them. It's the tires. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this. And I truly think we are heading for a 20 mile per hour maximum speed on an e-bike, no throttles. Basically, you're going to have a class 1 maximum e-bike. Even at that, I don't know if they're still going to charge insurance, plates, licensing, the whole bit. I don't know about that, because that could still happen regardless. A little bit of a fee, I don't know, but that's probably the maximum. And anything beyond that, they're probably going to say it's a motorcycle. And then you for sure have to get all the other stuff. But is that right? In my opinion, absolutely not. And even the 28 miles per hour three classes, I'm not a big fan of the classes. I like a speed limit better. But even if you're going to keep the class levels, why take the throttle away from a class 3? I don't understand that. If the bike is capable of going 28 and you're legally okay with riding 28, like you can legally do it, then I think you should be able to use the throttle. For those that like the throttle, I just like to use the throttle. A couple of bikes I ride, though, I only throttle. But this bike I definitely pedal, and I like the throttle to get me started because the bike's heavy. And sometimes you're in an intersection and you want to get through that intersection ASAP, the throttle works and gets you through there quicker. And you might be behind a car and you're not holding up anybody or anything. You're just able to go on and keep up with traffic to get through the intersection and be on your way. So that's my opinion on that, but let me know your comments in the comments below. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for joining me on the Electric Bike Mark channel. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if, like I say, you want to leave a comment on this or any other video that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe everyone, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.